Here's a little video for all these people who keep messaging me, trying to get me into some sort of religion. I'm just sick and tired of it. It's screwing my head. I was a witness for 10 years, and that's enough to fuck your mind up. I'm going to be swearing in this video, so if you don't like it, turn it off. If you've got some link to put on my videos, please, to tell me something like the end's coming or whatever, don't do it. Don't do it. My mind can't deal with it at the moment. The way I see it is, if there's a God, then he'll be more loving than me. And if he's more loving than me, he'll save me. Simple as that. If you can read your Bible, you can look at all your scriptures and blah de blah. It's boring. You can call me an apostate because I go against the Bible, or you can say I'm living against God's will, or whatever you want. I'm sick of it. I'm not a bad person. I hate injustice, and I'll stand up for it. While all the clergy in all different churches and all these hypocrites from elsewhere can fuck off, basically, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people sending me things saying, do you know this, do you know that? Do I need to know? If God is all almighty and all forgiving and all powerful, do I need to really know? Do I? It's not right. Keep it simple. I know things can go deep, but at the end of the day, I would hope everybody, if it ever happened, which I'm not bothered whether you believe it or not, or even if you think I believe it or not, I don't really care, to be honest, anymore. And this is where I think, basically, is, like I said, if there's a God, he's going to save us anyway. I mean, as for a jealous God, so you can't do, they're saying, Jehovah's Witnesses say you can't do birthdays and you can't do Christmas, you can't do these things. Anything to do with any other false gods, because it upsets him. Seriously? Come on, man. Get over it. Seriously, human beings get over this stuff and aren't jealous at all. And if God's jealous, then he's lesser than us, not greater than us. Is that not right? You know? If he's all love, it should be forgiven. There's a bit in Corinthians what love is. Well, surely, forgive. And when I say like other people should get a chance, if there was an end, if they got through of some sort of test or whatever it is to get into paradise or heaven or freaking whatever the hell you think it is, afterlife, then who we are now is not who we could be in the future. And every person, and if we are the way we are because of some sort of inherited sin or whatever, or we react to the world around us in certain ways. Sometimes someone will do something in traffic to me, they'll pull out in front of me, and on that day they'll do something really dangerous, and I'll just think, oh well, I've maybe done it before, maybe having a bad day, no worries. Some people look at me clueless because they've just nearly killed me, and I go, no worries, no, it's alright. Sometimes, on the other hand, depending on what mood I'm in, and like I said, subject to things that have already happened that day, if someone does the same thing, I might stick my finger up, wind the wind down, have a go at them, get out of the car and have a go at them, whatever. So we can't be the same all the time. Life's not that simple. So yeah, I just think I'm sick and tired of getting all this stuff, links to websites and things like that. I understand what you're trying to do, and in fact, if you want to send them, you can, but I'm not going to read them. Just know that I'm not going to look at them, because it does my head in. It's like it sort of starts off some sort of depression thing. It really gets me down. I really don't want to know about it. If you think that, and if God thinks anything I've done wrong is deserving of any sort of punishment, or not, or being banished forever or whatever, then I don't want to know him. That's your if that's your belief, and that's your God. It's not fucking mine, because I know who I am, and if he's greater than me, then he'll be forgiven, and I'll be all right. You're gonna take me from my kids. You're gonna kill my kids, take them away from me, and all this lot. And like I said, I don't even know if there is the God of the Bible. Who knows? Men lie. Men lie. So yeah, just thought I'd make this video. It's just I was a little bit annoyed. Didn't quite understand it, and I ain't got quite got time for it. You think I got a link basically on my last video, and I did click on it and I looked for it, and there's a lot of watchtower type stuff, and I was thinking, are you for or against it? Apostasy comes first or something, and I got better things to do. I'm teaching my kids at home. I've got work in a minute. Surprise, surprise! It's frigging window cleaning, which does actually pay well anyway. So I mean, if you're even if you charge £7 a house, or 14 for 32, oh fucking 32 quid, £28 an hour. And what have you used? A bit of water. So it's good work, really. I don't mind doing it. But yeah, I've got things to do, and in my free time I could do that, but in my free time I've got other things I want to do. But with reading some of these weird comments, it's ridiculous. But thank you for all the good comments, especially those who understand my situation, who understand how disgusting the governing body is, how disgusting the cult is, how they pretty much, I wouldn't class myself as, it weren't like, oh, you know, people say, oh, what happened to Brian? Oh, he left, now he's an apostate. They'd be like, what? I never thought that of him. Well, actually, here's a true story. We were pushed aside for a paedophile, and we left because I'm protecting my kids. I'm sick of seeing all the bad stuff in the congregation. I'm sick of being and yes, I will say it, by far a far decent person than anybody in that Kingdom Hall. Bar maybe a couple who are sort of in and out or not, you know, seen as great. But even them, you know, I put my kids first. I don't care about money. I really don't. I'm really not jealous or envious of anyone for anything. I just don't like injustice. I never say anything malicious to hurt anybody. I'm careful what I say. I've had everything bad from all different types of people. People are nasty. People bullied my kids. They got bullied at the Kingdom Hall. Elders say things to upset people. Elders don't even understand the scriptures, some of them. Basic things in life. And I think when you're out of the world for so long, and maybe you haven't been brought up in the world, you miss out on what the real world is and what people are really like. People who grew up in the truth are smarmy, and they're very smarmy, and it's going to sound childish, but when you've been in fights as a child, and yes, I used to fight, you know, it makes you harden up, and it makes you think about things differently. Getting hit by another person, hitting another person, losing your temper to that point, you know, where you're really beating someone up bad, and to understand that if you're going to talk to someone that way and you're going to really upset them, you might just get a smack in the face. Sometimes you just don't want it. Especially when you're growing up, you think, I could do without that, you know. I mean, even if you get good pasting, you're only going to ache for a couple of days anyway, but, you know, these smarmy witnesses brought up in the truth, they get away with just teasing people and being real horrible, saying the most awful comments, to where someone, if they said that to me, I would be doing something about it. But in the truth, I didn't. Obviously, you just put up with it. Yeah, I think that is one good thing. I did try, and it did help me control my temper. There are good things that come out of being in that religion, I suppose, in a way. But I think it's probably just a speeding up process for some things. But you also lose out on so much. You lose yourself. You lose yourself to it, as it's a cult. You thoughts change. You really, you believe it's true and you put it first. But I never put it before my kids. Although without realising it, maybe I did, But they enjoyed it, you see. They enjoyed all the things that we did. Go out in ministry, that, and they found it quite enjoyable. But I can see some parents didn't make it enjoyable for their kids. Some people are quite dull. But I was a young parent, so try and make their lives fun. Everything's fun for them. But how much more fun you can have out of it. And I don't want to get involved with another religion. I really don't. Someone put a thing on Facebook, one of the things saying, if you were to go back to a religion, what would you go into? And I thought, I'd probably just go, I don't know a lot about it, but I'd say Hindu, because they just sort of seem to have there's so many different spin-offs or something. Or something like that, not as specifically Hindu, but I've spoken to a lot of Indian people, and there's so many different religions, and they're all so free. There's no set time for anything. It seems just that they just do what they want, and they're quite appreciative of whatever creator they believe in. It's very interesting. I don't want to be no part of, to be honestly, Christianity and things like that, saving people. At the end of the day, if you believe in sin, inherited sin, then why should they be punished for it? If it's the world around them and they choose to sin, well, it's the world around them that's making them do that, really. We're weak, fickle human beings reacting the way we react. I mean, yeah. With all this COVID-19 as well, we could all do without the stress of people texting, saying, messaging, you're going to be this and you're going to be that, and try and tell me I'm not going to be in paradise or whatever. I really don't care, because if that ever was the case, I might have to stand before someone and they say, you've done these things, you haven't obeyed this, you haven't obeyed that. I'll tell them to fuck off. I'll turn them right off. I'll tell them to fuck right off, basically, because I've done nothing wrong. And you can say, yeah, you've done nothing wrong in your eyes, but you have in God's eyes. Well, God knows my heart, and He knows I'm a good person. Sometimes we do bad things, and sometimes to be good, it doesn't mean always to be nice. You've got to stand up for the things that are wrong. If you just stand by and watch, you're as bad as doing the wrong thing, basically. So since I've been coming out the truth, if I see something wrong, I'm telling people, I'm standing up to people a lot more, which is quite good fun, actually. Without trying to get myself in too much trouble, because I've got family. Just everybody could just live peacefully and love each other and forgive each other and get on and be understanding. That's all cool. Someone wants to be horrible, someone wants to be horrible. Get on with it. If you want to keep yourself to yourself, keep yourself to yourself. If you want to preach to me, I ain't gonna listen. I ain't gonna really bother, because I'll just, like I say, just makes me feel freaking depressed. I've had a good old while, but then all this coronavirus come up, and I found out someone we know has got coronavirus, a little girl. The neighbour's been taken away in an ambulance, and the numbers are going up, but not many people are dying. I don't know what to believe. I just can't be bothered. There's a little bit of worry, obviously, with me with my diabetic daughter, if she gets it, because, like I said before, my kids mean more than anything. I don't care if I get it. If my kids get it, then I'm not happy. I couldn't bear losing one of them. So yeah, there's a lot of stress as it is. Without telling me that I'm an apostate and blah blah blah, and God's punished me, or I might be in this group or that group. I don't care. Get your head out your bum. Go for a walk in the woods. Spend some time in nature. Study some plants, or draw some plants. Do something with your time, rather than messaging me, please. Because if you can't see that I've just left like the most brainwashing cult, and think that I'm actually going to fall for something else, just no thanks. No, thank you very much. And if you think I'm going to be saved, then awesome. And you can say that if you want. Whether I believe it or not, I'm not bothered. As long as you're happy. That's my video for today. Thanks for all the subscribers. I think I got 97. Oh, hang on. I think it's 97. I'm getting about 100, nearly 100 views per video. I was thinking of making my videos a little bit different. I don't know how. Any suggestions in the comments would be good. If you want to see just me doing a bit of daily work or spend time with my kids. You know, I could just do some normal videos in between, like other YouTubers, and just, you know, I was thinking it might be good that way. You might be able to, you know, just see someone who's just left the truth, not the truth. I've had the first time I've done that in ages. Oh, left the lie, left the organisation, and it's nice to hear little things, you know, like, do you remember when we used to do this and the governing body said this and we don't do that and blah blah blah. We don't know anyone who's ex-witnesses that we've actually met or know around, but yeah, I think my next video might be about what people did for me that was nice in the organisation, and things that they did wrong. I think the things they did nice were nice, and you wouldn't get in the world because you wouldn't get a load of group of people doing those things for you, maybe a family. But you know, they talk about community spirit, and my street, there's 8 houses, there's 4 facing floor, I'm in a row of 4 facing a row of 4. They all say, you know, they're all friends and whatever else, but I think when it comes down to it, I don't know if they would actually stick together and actually help. I mean, I'd like to think that if someone was moving, that everyone would chip in, a bit like a congregation, everybody chip in, you know. But you don't really get that. Everyone's worried about getting hurt or thinking they're judging people, which I've been judged by people down my street. Some of them are very, very fake. Some of them are genuine. Some of the ones that genuine still gossip. Everybody's got their faults. You just get on with it. You know, you don't get nowhere just hiding indoors doing nothing. And you don't get anywhere keeping yourself separate from the world. Not being part of the world. You've got a lot to gain from being a part of the world, really. But anyone takes advantage of me and takes the piss, then they can fuck off, basically. So, my neighbours just come out, thinks I'm mad. Peace out. See you later, people. And hope you have a happy day. Have some fun. Enjoy your time. I'm going for a walk around a nature reserve around a prison, so that's going to be fun. Not in the prison, around the outside of the prison. So yeah, see how it goes. And then I've got my window cleaning to do. All have a nice day. Thank you for all your lovely comments. All you going through hard times, I feel for you. And well done for leaving. And just remember that you've got that freedom and real joy in your heart. So, see you later. End of video.